Recently outside of Richmond, Virginia, Jerome Corsi described his interactions with the FBI during the Mueller investigation.
I went that Monday into New York, and I gave an interview with One American News, and I announced to the world I was rejecting Mueller's plea. I hadn't even told my lawyers I was going to do it. My lawyers would have told me not to. This was a good deal. You won't go to prison. I said on television, let Mueller, if this is where justice in America has come down to, then put me in prison the rest of my life. Go ahead and do it. But I'm not going to lie before God. And I won't do it to save my hide or anything else. My purpose here is not earthly. The higher standard we're going to be judged by. And I said, I'm just not doing it. Well, they had ridiculed, before they threw us out, Jeannie Rhee ridiculed my religion. She said, Dr. Corsi, you're asking us to believe that on this trip to Italy, God intervened, and you had a miracle in your mind, and God said, Assange has got Podesta's emails. I said, well, Ms. Rhee, I don't appreciate you ridiculing God, but if you're asking me if I figured it out, I did, myself. And Zelensky said, Dr. Corsi, your books, you take a fact here and a fact there and another fact here, and you weave them all together, and your books are all full of lies. He said, I've read your books. I've listened to your live stream on the internet, CorsiNation.com. I've researched you for hours, for months. And he said, your books are lies. So I knew at that moment, I mean, I could see the whole thing was absolutely politically motivated. Mueller was a political operation. They'd already convicted Donald Trump of treason. They just didn't have a crime. Okay, and I wasn't going to give them the crime because the crime they wanted me to give them wasn't true. Their theory was wrong. I said to them, would you like to know somewhat the research I've done on Hillary Clinton? One of the people you're talking to me about, I worked with on the foundation. Dr. Corsi, we're not interested in Hillary Clinton. Well, I think Assange didn't. I've studied the Democrats' computer system. I don't think that the Russians stole the emails. Assange said he didn't get the emails from Russia, and he suggested it was Seth Rich. The prosecutor said, Dr. Corsi, we're not interested in your theories about who stole the emails. All they wanted, all these hours, was talking about me and Assange, me and Assange, me and Stone. That's all they wanted to know. And they questioned me on that until I thought I was going insane. Because after a while, they ask you all these questions rapid fire. And I said, I can't remember my emails and my phone calls from 2016. They weren't, at the time, they were all passing. So I've done a lot of work in writing since that time. These emails were something I gave 20 seconds thought to. Well, when they couldn't break me, they were determined. Zelensky in Thanksgiving called David Gray and said, we'll take it from here. And I expected from that moment on that they could come into my house and raid it like they did Roger Stone's. And 4:30 in the morning, my wife and I wake up and look outside and see if the FBI was out there. CNN parked a car outside our house for weeks, just hoping to be able to photograph me getting arrested. I decided, when I said that I was not going to take their plea deal, I decided two things. One is I was going to go on the media, and two, I was going to write a book. Now, I thought the FBI was pretty good here on profiling. How'd they miss the fact that I wasn't going to lie for them and I'd start writing a book on them and had been writing it while they were going along? When I went on the media, what I was telling the country is what I'm telling you tonight, and that is that we have an increasingly weaponized justice system. And I believe, as I said when I wrote Killing the Deep State, that this was a coup d'etat by the CIA, the FBI, Department of Justice, IRS was in on it. These were bureaucrats who have gone on to a global vision. They believe the United States is outmoded. That we're here in Richmond. They probably believe the Civil War this was a great crime in the United States because we had slavery, not rewarding us as a country because we eliminated slavery at the end of that horrendous war. They believed the United States they were Hillary Clinton advocates, and they signed into that vision. They were so convinced they were right in their ideologically committed positions that they felt they could violate the law, create this illusion of Russian collusion, and do everything they could to prevent Donald Trump from being president, and if he did happen to get elected, to try to impeach him. And they were dead set to follow this political agenda. I was their roadblock. I said no. And that stopped all the gears stopped working.
To hear the rest of Jerome Corsi's talk, visit our website at booktv.org and search for his name or the title of his book, Silent No More, using the search box at the top of the page.